Preferring Indian Dongale. Excellencies, Southdowns, Haji and Jadi, please enter into the court. You may be seated.
So there was a competition today asking for entries of epic poetry, and if their excellencies would so like, I would like to share a piece of my home's epic poetry. The West has its Romeo and Juliet, but the story told in the East is much older, the story of the lovers Layla and Majnun. Today we will tell to you just a piece of it, the very beginning. Case was a noble son of a Bedouin chief. He was a handsome youth, clever and strong, but most amazing to all was his eloquence. Many were the men who came to the school where he was a student, to listen in awe and seek his counsel. He was a good son and the most diligent of students, until the day when the chief of another tribe sent his daughter to school. He could do nothing but drink in her dark-eyed beauty and whisper her name, Layla, 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 Layla. His father saw his son's pure and true love and asked the rival chief to give his daughter's hand in marriage, for all could see that her heart loved as well. The rival chief was a prideful man, and enraged that a youth such as Case would dare speak his daughter's name in the open air, and he felt that he had been dishonored by it. He took her from the school and sent her with her courtiers and guards into the wilderness, keeping her captive in the desert. Case could not sleep, he could not eat. He could do nothing but speak her name, Layla, 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 Layla. And soon the villagers called him Majnun, the mad one. Poetry began to pour from his lips in longing for his Layla. Other lovers, moved to weeping with the hearing of it, spoke his words to open their beloved's heart. And her name was carried in the wind, Layla, 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 Layla. And so his words reached her desert home, and he heard his heart on others' tongues, Layla, 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 Layla. She too was moved to weeping, and then to eloquence, and her heart was carried back to him. And so they conversed from mouth to mouth through the desert, until his wanderings brought him to the edge of her camp. The night was blackness. The doorway of her tent blazed. They gazed upon one another, frozen like gazelles. So great was his madness, and his love that one glimpse of his Layla, her beauty overwhelmed him, and he fled back into the desert and back into madness. And the wind everywhere carries her name, Layla, 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 Layla.
Why is our bard not in court?
Has anyone seen our bard?
He's a seated bard and he's not seated. Bring me his seat.
I'm here.
What?
I was waylaid by brigands.
Do tell, do tell.
Of course I don't tell, I'm a bard. Well, as it turns out, I know it's hard to believe, but I have enemies. Why are they laughing?
How is that satire
Shock,
going?
shock, shock.
There are people amongst us who do not appreciate good poetry, especially poetry that doesn't rhyme. And I was waylaid by brigands sent by who knows who. However, when things looked at their worst, this young man came with his trusty spear. He fought them off. He got scars on my behalf. And I asked for the boon to repay this noble guardsman by becoming my guardsman. Your father is here, is he not?
Yes.
What say you to this? May he be my guardsman.
It is well with me.
Then, in token of this, I give him this pen. Let all know that Semel Medikov is my guardsman, loyal retainer. He shall defend me with steel, and I shall defend him with words.
Yes, now that our bard is... This now officially opens the court of Her Excellency's Bryn Madoc. Now to the official. Trauma aside, wonderful book. Would the brewer of the lemon cordial please step forward? Remember, you owe me.
So, I believe Her Excellency Sophia started a tradition of the Baroness's sweetmeat competition. Last year it became the Baroness's mead competition, and this year it became the brewing competition. Or if it's alcoholic, we'll try it. Thank you, Sebastian. There were a pleasant number of entries, and we had all of the excellencies, Her Excellencies of Bryn Madoc sitting around, and it now has become the Baroness's drinking competition. They were all delicious.
Arena won.
Yes. There'll be a prize for you later, dear.
Oh yeah. She always wins.
And as we were sitting around, the lemon just kept getting passed around and around, and we realized we were chatting and we were drinking out of the jar. And we decided, boy, it must be really good because we're all drinking and talking and, like, you know, it was meant for us. So, in light of that, I give you a cup from our stores. This was actually made by my mother, who is a potter in Florida. It's a Viking mug. As part of the Baroness's drinking competition. And also, one of our Baroness Mariana, our dance mistress, makes the stuff that got named Liquid Sin at 12th night. It is a chocolate liqueur. I do not give this lightly. All the other bottles are hidden, so you cannot find them.
Tell them about the Jameson.
They are mine. Oh, yes, they are mine. You may stand, please. In this bottle is Jameson whiskey from our stores, along with a lot of other really, really good yumminess. This is wonderfully served cold, and I don't think I've ever taken a bottle with any home. I always seem to finish it at feast. So, I hope you do. Thank you.